Hey everyone, sorry I didn't put a video out last week. Donnie and I have been fairly sick, although I don't think it was coronavirus or anything. We're starting to feel much better, but thought I'd do a little farm update tour since I wasn't able to get much work done in the past week. We actually done a fair bit. We're working on some fencing for the deer. We built a raised bed. I need to build another one. Hopefully I'll get to make that into the next video I upload, if not that, the one after. But it's exciting. You know, come April, I should be able to start planting some cole crops, like broccoli, kale, collards, that kind of stuff. So yeah, let's go take a look. So yeah, we're coming up behind Donnie's studio. You can see some of the fence posts we've put up already. We're just gonna do some like plastic netting, some heavy duty netting, to keep deer out of the vegetable patch, because they're my biggest problem here. And I don't want to put up some big solid wood fence because it kind of obstructs the view, and as much as a farm is practical, I'd also like it to look cute. So we're not setting them in concrete or anything because I'm not sure, you know, what kind of setup I'll have in the long run. These posts may move. I may fence in the whole field eventually and just get rid of them. Yeah, so you can see, here's the raised bed I built, kind of double stacked because of the slope. I'm planning to put another one right next to it. And I don't think I'll double stack that one. I think if I till a little, that ground's a little more level. You can see those two posts up there will be a gate. These two posts here will be a gate. And there'll be a 5-foot walkway, kind of in an L, going to these yellow stakes where the next post will be up there. And it forms like a 40 by 40 square right now, what we're going to be fencing in. And in the end, I want to put like a second 40 by 40 foot square next to it, you know, another one in front of that and another one in front of this one, to end up with 160 square feet or so. But I'll probably only do one expansion a year. Yeah, so we've been doing a lot of brush clearing to get ready for all this and to get ready to plant some fruit trees. It's been pretty brutal, but we got a chainsaw. Now we have a chipper shredder, which will help us clean up the mess. Let me show you how much we've actually done. Yeah, so you can see as we're coming up the hill, all these kind of bright cut stumps from Tree of Heaven. I'd like to put some fruit trees up here at some point. But as you can see, the pit that I'd like to use maybe for compost sometime, is absolutely filled with Tree of Heaven, bittersweet we've cut, all kinds of stuff. So this will be a couple days just with the chipper shredder, but can make some mulch, some compost, especially considering it's not good for much else. Donnie's actually teaching in his studio now, so I can't be too disruptive. Next thing to cut down is probably, you know, this group of sassafras and some pines there, because they will cast a little shade on the farm patch. And in the end, they have to go for the next expansion. Another project I want to do along the street here is planting some kind of firewood, you know, all along the street, going all the way down. It's about 300 feet to the next house. Some clearing to do between here and there. Because I like to be a little more self-sufficient. Because firewood is one of the few things, you know, heating in general, where we're completely dependent on having electricity to be able to keep warm. So we do buy firewood. It's a good backup, but I don't really have a consistent source, a sustainable source, to keep us going in the long run, even if it's just to offset the cost of firewood. Because a lot of like these woods behind me, I don't want to cut too much down because it's nice to have them, but a lot of it is within wetland protection setbacks. So I have a very limited capacity to do what I want with it anyway. And if we're going to be self-sufficient with food, you know, heat is another important thing to be self-sufficient on. We're already self-sufficient on water, septic. So next biggest thing is heat. And then at some point I'd like to put in some solar for electrical. I'm not sure if I'll do a battery though. it's expensive, complicated, and I'd rather just sell back to the grid and maybe buy a generator. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, still have to come back and do the rest of this creek garden. This whole half east of the, well, I guess south of the little brook needs to be done still. Still really wet. I think I might have to do a project where I kind of dig trenches along the slope. It's kind of a truck access there. And a lot of water comes down in pools. And there already are some trenches, they're just not effective enough, so I have to be more thorough. And then this whole section, this tree that the grapevine has crippled, all needs to come down. I need to come back to it, but now that spring's coming into full swing, I really need to get the vegetable patch up and running and protected. And maybe I'll come back to this in May, maybe June, when I have a little more time and all I'm doing is really like weeding and stuff. It really does never end. Even if you don't have this much land, I definitely understand why not everybody wants to have land. So yeah, now that we're feeling better, I'll try to be more consistent with uploads. The coming content should probably just be, you know, farm related, raised beds, vegetables, so keep an eye out for that. At some point I have to deal with all that wood lot back there. Build a shed, build a carport for Donnie's car. So plenty coming. Stay safe, try not to get sick, don't get other people sick, you know, we're all in it together. Have a good one.